Win, lose, draw.
Hello, welcome to Win, Lose, Draw podcast. This is episode 27. We've got Simon.
27? Are you sure it's 27?
It's
I thought
28.
we did 27 last week. It's 28.
This is episode 28.
It's 28.
Yeah, and we got Simon, who's here to correct me on everything I get wrong. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well. Still locked down. Trim my beard a bit. Got long hair.
Yeah. The lack of barbers has been, I've gone the other way. The beard, I shaved it right at the start of lockdown and it's slowly getting longer. People are like, need the pubs back, need to be able to go to the football. I just want the barbers. They cut my hair.
I have thought about doing it myself, but I think at this point I'm just going to leave it and wait until I can go again.
Yeah.
Because I know if I did it myself, it would be horrific.
Should we get into the news?
Yeah, news. Should we start with Liverpool?
Yeah, let's start with Liverpool, who didn't win again. Sweet tears. I mean, Alisson, it's not really his fault, but there was definitely a mix-up in that defence.
I mean, a lot of it was his fault, I'd say.
Do you reckon? I'd say that was more Kabak's fault.
Yeah, I mean, you shouldn't be charging.
Someone should have shouted.
Yeah, at that distance,
yeah,
he's not near it's not even in the box or anything. He just decided to.
Yeah, he did gamble for no real reason. I guess maybe just didn't trust Kabak, like new player coming in, Vardy running in behind him.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah, I think obviously
shambles.
Massive shambles, and we do love to see it. But in general, so there's a bit of Liverpool moaning about VAR, which it is the norm for every team to moan about VAR because it deserves it. But this one, they were the questionable offside that was onside.
It was onside, yeah.
Yeah. But they gave Leicester a penalty, and VAR was corrected that. Again, correct decision. It was outside the box, but then they scored from it anyway, and that's where they choose to moan. Been like, no, that was But
Harvey Barnes finish as well. It was very nice.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I think that's probably something we're going to have to look at soon. Where it's probably going to be one of these recurring episodes we do where we look at the England lineup and be like, who actually should play now? Because
it does change so much as well.
Yeah, if you go with informed players, which hopefully Southgate does, it's like you look at who are we saying? It was almost Mount was guaranteed. Everyone was crying out for Grealish, but now Grealish, I still think he should start. But there's Harvey Barnes, Maddison, Sterling, Grealish, Mount, Foden. Just for those 2-3 spots.
There's so much choice. When you think back to 2010, 2012, I think we really struggled in those tournaments because there wasn't really anyone.
Yeah.
But now there's a glut of players that can play a lot of places.
And especially that left-hand side, we always just didn't have anyone. Now we've got someone.
Yeah.
It was Stuart Downing, just because he was left-footed. Yeah, because I think depth is something we've never really had. Even anywhere on the pitch, really. And now we've got
options.
We've got proper options, which is nice. Well, FA Cup, we're into the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
We've got
your team's there.
Yeah, Bournemouth are in. One game away from Wembley, which would be
Southampton though.
There is that, and I'm looking forward to a lot of arguments whether it's a derby or not. And I mean, the definition of derby, it is, but it's not a big derby.
Yeah, I think it's one of those ones that there's a rivalry, but it's not like a proper bitter.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's a rivalry. It's like they. I'm speaking as a Bournemouth fan.
Really?
Southampton fan. Yeah, just got to clarify. Southampton fans have always when I growing up, they'd always they were in the Premier League. we're in League One, League Two, so they would almost like keep an eye on our scores, and I did the same. Like when they were in like the James Beattie days, like when Southampton were there, which kind of like kept an eye on Southampton's scores. And then there was a point where we were in the same league, and we kind of played each other, and it wasn't really a rivalry. It was just nice to. I feel like the definition of a derby, where it's local, is people that support them. Obviously, everyone knows someone who supports like United, but like back when we were at school, there was people at school that support Southampton. So like you're going in on the Monday, and you're like, oh, if we win this, like we've got bragging rights. That's what a derby is. And obviously, the big one is like, well, you're not Portsmouth, are you? No, we're not. But when was the last time you played them? Just like lean into it a bit.
Yeah. I think the thing with Bournemouth and Southampton being in the same league, it's kind of like that look at us meme.
Yeah.
It's like there's a bit of like kind of mutual respect, I guess.
There is a bit, yeah.
It's just like, oh look, we're both here in the Premier League at the same time. Look at us.
Yeah. That was very much how it was like. And it almost felt like even Brighton is nowhere near either of us. Like that is closer. Brighton's closer to London than it is. Definitely Bournemouth, maybe Southampton as well. And they were always very much like, well, Sky are going to call it a South Coast derby, but we don't.
Yeah,
we don't care really, because there's plenty of teams that I'd much rather beat as a Bournemouth fan than Southampton. Like there's plenty.
Would that one happen to be Watford?
One is definitely Watford. Yes, one's Watford. But even Watford, I think my issue with Bournemouth is we don't have any rivals really. We've tried. It's because we've just been rubbish for years, and over 100 years in like League One and League Two. You're not going to get many rivals. And we tried with Watford, but even now, like we went up together and we're down together, and we've kind of got this like mutual respect. So yeah, I just don't think. I wouldn't say it's a rivalry, but it is a derby in the literal meaning.
Yeah.
And
it's getting called a derby on Sky, so
yeah. Even Hassan, who just called it a derby. So I bet that infuriated some Southampton fans, but let us know in the comments, is AFC Bournemouth versus Southampton a derby?
Derby, but not a rivalry.
Yeah, derby, but not a rivalry. Or have Southampton fans had enough of Bournemouth even trying to push it, and now they genuinely don't like us? Has that happened? It's not a big derby, no matter what, though. No. What was the rubbish term someone used? El Costico.
Oh god, that's terrible.
It's horrendous, isn't it? So
it's been quite a few days recently, actually. Kind of, L something. And they've used El Clasico and just forced it into something else.
And I like it when they show on there's like one player that's played for both of them. And it's like, it's the like even this one they've said, the Shane Long derby. But it's not, because he can't play in it. It's quite literally not his derby. He's cup tied. Right. Should we get on to our topic for today? Is that rant? Any other news?
Man U drew 1-1 West Brom.
Yeah, that's funny. As
potential tin pot material there.
Yeah, because to be honest, Man U weren't very good. So definite potential for tin pot, although I've got one up my sleeve, so tune in later for that. Yeah, I think let's get into our topic. And there's no easy way to segue this. I mean, we could have.
Yeah, I was trying to think of one, but
it's just not. Basically, we're looking at cult heroes in football, mainly in England. I'm guessing you stayed pretty much in England, like Premier League.
Generally, yeah.
And these are the sort of players that they're not always the best. Some of them are pretty good, but they have an instant love-in with the fans, like instantly.
Yeah. I think that's a good description.
Yeah. And so we've got a list each, and we're just going to go back and forth, have a little discussion, and then so as previously mentioned, I'm a Bournemouth fan. Sim's a Tottenham fan. We're just going to go for a couple of our club's cult heroes while we've been supporting them. So, you know, some of the classics that, again, like, it is not always the best players, but it's the ones the fans really have this like fondness for. Usually it's the sort of player that no matter what club they're out after, you're still going to like him.
Yeah, that's a good summary, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, without further ado, should we get into it?
Crack on. Yeah.
You can start.
Get my list up. So I'm going to start with one played for Tottenham kind of 2007, 2008-ish. A little bit earlier as well, I think. He went to Man U after. Any guesses
Oh,
there?
yeah, Berbatov.
Dimitar, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's the kind of start that a non-Tottenham fan or Man U fan could literally have that reaction. That sums it up, I think. What a player.
Incredibly slow and lazy at times, but incredibly.
He made it look cool.
Yeah, he did. He didn't seem to care what anyone thought of him. Scored some very good goals. It just wasn't like the best ever, but just like it would. I think at the time it would have been nice if he put more effort in. But when you look back at it now, like you just
he just.
brilliant.
I think a common thing commentators would say about him is he oozes class.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he just strolled around the pitch just being good.
Yeah. I think if he didn't have that approach to the game, I think he would have been remembered as a very average player.
Yeah.
But because he's like.
Yeah. And like some of the goals he scored, like the overhead kick, I think as Man U against Liverpool, the little hit, the assist he did. So you know you're quite good when you make a skill that goes on FIFA.
Yeah.
Yeah. FIFA didn't have that skill until he did it against West Ham, and that was what he was in a very good Man United team as well. So it was clearly
yeah.
Like that was the Rooney, Ronaldo, Tevez era. Definitely Rooney, Ronaldo. Not sure on Tevez. Yeah, I like where you started with that. I'm gonna go. So not quite the definition oozes class with this one, but a cult hero all the same. I'm going to go with Nicholas Bentner.
Oh, yeah, that is a good choice. Yeah.
Because, I think everyone kind of, but the Lord Bentner meme kind of brought it up quite a lot more.
Yeah.
He wasn't very good.
He was not, no.
But yeah, everyone kind of, even Arsenal fans kind of were like, they liked him, but they were also like, oh, is he really our striker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They kind of developed a begrudging affection for him, I think.
Yeah. And whether maybe it is the internet really skewed it, but I feel like English football, like the Premier League, is always going to remember, like, especially of our generation, they're always going to, like, if you hear Bentner's name, you're always going to remember him.
Yeah. I feel like without the internet, he wouldn't have been a cult hero.
Definitely, yeah, definitely not. And I've got a couple like that actually.
Yeah, it just wouldn't have been remembered at all, but because it became a meme and memes.
Yeah. Lord Bentner
never die.
Yeah. Was it actually anything to do with him, the Lord Bentner? Did he say that?
Oh, he's only 33.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very much a thing that's born on social media. Like there's a couple memes of Bentner holding the Ballon d'Or with the words "If FIFA wasn't corrupt" underneath it.
Oh, here we go. I think I found it. It's on Wikipedia. So it actually says he has a cult following, so we're spot on here.
Love that.
In 2015, Danish celebrity paper bought him a square foot of land in Scotland to give him the title of Lord. And according to his agent, he considered it a fun gimmick. And he took part in the joke, uploading a post on Instagram of him holding Ballon d'Or and running as a candidate for Prime Minister in the Danish election. So that's where it came from. So he owns a square foot of land, which is quite a common thing I think you can do. Like you can buy a piece of land in Scotland.
Yeah, you can do that for
Lord,
anyone. Yeah, there's like a big like estate, right? And then you can literally just buy like a square foot of it.
Yeah, and then
So,
technically you're a lord.
so he was genuinely a lord.
Still
Wow.
is, actually.
Yeah. Well, he is Lord Bentner.
Yeah,
That makes a lot
something I
more
learned
sense.
today.
Yeah, and I mean, football-wise, you look at his career at Arsenal, 108 appearances, 24 goals. It's not Arsenal centre forward, but you know, and this was it. This was so Arsenal 2005 to 2014. Little loan at Birmingham, did all right. Little loan at Sunderland, did okay. Straight after a loan at Sunderland, loan to Juventus. What?
Then Wolfsburg, Nottingham Forest, and then back to Denmark.
Yeah, back to Denmark. But you know,
Norway.
he's had a career. He's had a career. And I find now he's a benchmark for often UEFA's corruption because every time football, like there's fans that are racist and FA gets fined less than he did for wearing the Paddy Power boxers.
Forgot about that.
So he's the benchmark now. So I feel like that's why his name's still about, because that always gets brought up. Which, in all fairness, very valid point.
Would you rather, because obviously he's got a bit of a legacy now in football, would you rather kind of be a Bentner, or would you rather have scored like an average number of goals and be an average striker and forgotten?
So would I rather be a Bentner or like Darius for sale?
Yeah.
I think I'd rather be a Bentner. I bet you got. I don't know. I bet you got a lot more. I bet Bentner's got a lot of haters that don't find it as funny, and it's just like he's got a massive ego.
Yeah, but then I don't know. He can do what he wants now, doesn't he? Like he's got
one. I feel like, especially in the modern day, being like a kind of banter or like having this sort of thing, you're probably more marketable and it's probably more profitable.
Exactly. Yeah, especially online. Like if he did something online, like people are going to look up and pay attention because they'll be like, "Oh, look, it's that Bentner guy doing crazy stuff again."
Yeah. Rather than, I don't know, I've dragged Darius for sale into this. Like he's not going to get any adverts anytime soon, is he?
Not enough.
Yeah, I think I'd rather purely for the money. Right, who's your next one?
So look, I'm gonna go with Mishu.
Nice, I like that. Yeah.
Do you have it?
I did not know.
Yeah,
that's a lot. It makes a lot of sense. He is we had him in our One Season Wonders video. Definite cult hero status.
Yeah, especially to Swansea fans. £2 million. Scored loads of goals for one season.
Yeah, banged in, what was it, 24?
18.
18 in the Prem, yeah. Which, you know, very, very solid. And then didn't really do much again. But yeah, One Season Wonders can very much like
become cult heroes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them probably are because they are those names that you almost be like, oh yeah, a lot of the time. Unless you support that team where you're like, what a man. Because I think that's what, like, Michu, Swansea fans have such good memories of that season where they did really well because of him, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he'll always be welcome, won't he?
And it's a fine line, like, he's not a club legend because he wasn't there long enough.
Yeah. Yeah, club legend, you need, like, years and years of time at club, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
I think as well, because that was his best season in all of his career, that kind of, it's like that special bond, isn't it? Like that was his singular best season, and that was Swansea's best experience.
Yeah.
In the Prem, so.
Yeah, they went through it together. Like they went through probably the best time in the club so far, and his best year of his career. Like he's I guess he's retired now.
He's still going, I think. Oh no, he's retired.
Yeah, good shout with Michu. I like that. I'm gonna go Paolo Di Canio next.
Yeah.
I think cult hero for sometimes not the right reasons. I think so. Of Sheffield United Sheffield Wednesday, sorry, and West Ham.
West Ham, yeah.
West Ham. So Sheffield Wednesday was when he pushed the ref over. West Ham, he was just, well, I think one of his biggest memories is probably that scissor kick he does. But yeah, he's another one like, yeah, he was quality. But he's not like West Ham fans just loved him. And I feel West Ham's are kind of an outlier. Like, a lot of them are quite good. Like they probably, unfortunately, like it ended badly with Dimitri Payet, but he'd probably be in that category. Like someone who was just like outstanding in their team. They're probably the same with Tevez that year he was there. They seem to get these players that are just almost too good for the rest of the team. But yeah, Di Canio, like, yeah, he had a lot of controversy, but he's like cult heroes. They have a lot of passion.
A lot of memorable moments as well.
Yeah.
Things that stand out. Not necessarily always goals and good things.
Yeah, definitely. And I think with Di Canio, it's definitely a mixed bag.
The Payet one's interesting because I don't think he'll ever be a cult hero properly.
No, when he could have for that one season. That he
was
unreal. But I think with the way he left.
When he left, and that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Because what he was doing that season was crazy, and then he just kind of.
Yeah, you can kind of.
Obviously, he didn't throw it all away because he went. Where did he go?
He went to Marseille.
Marseille, yeah.
Yeah, and he's done quite well there. I think he's had like a couple of decent Europa League runs, played in the Champions League. Saying that you can undo almost everything with the fans just by one move, and sometimes it might not be you; it could just be your agent. But you know, that's football now. But
always a good one. Shola Amiobi.
Oh yeah, I like that. That's one for the Newcastle fans.
Newcastle fans, yeah.
Yeah. Newcastle's probably another, again, where they've got quite a big fan base. It's probably a bit more louder when
I think they've had quite a few of the years thinking about it. But yeah, he's one that stood out to me, kind of the early 2000s.
Yeah. Because he was kind of one of those, he was a mainstay that was like, everyone kind of loved him, but he wasn't amazing.
Yeah, he was never going to get kind of signed by a top club.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm looking at his years at Newcastle. I didn't realise how long he was there for.
Yeah, he was there for ages.
He's there from 2000 to 2014. Blimey, I didn't realise that. I didn't play much in the last like 4 years or so. I didn't realise. I retract my view. He's a club legend.
I just remember him for the picture of him riding a bike and eating an apple.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at his goals now, and I think maybe not so much legend.
I think with
not actually that many goals.
That's what I mean. I think he almost falls into that. Like he was loyal, but yeah, cult wise, I think he's just about there. Like you look at like Newcastle legends, like Shearer, obviously is a big one, and then there's a couple other like cult ones for Newcastle. I saw like Jose Enrique coming back from cancer and playing again, and didn't he? He had an instrumental role in their staying up, I think, as well. All their championship season, one of them. But
yeah, he's well loved by the fans.
Yeah, but I think Amiobi is definitely one. Right, I'm gonna go Akinfenwa.
Yeah, of course.
I think we mentioned the internet. I think he is a big one.
He's peak internet, yeah.
In modern times, and it's like he's done
not really a hero to a single club, but a cult hero to.
And a lot of clubs that have had him have they've always loved him pretty much. I know, like over the years, I remember. Well, yeah, being a Bournemouth fan, we played against him a lot, and he scored quite a few against Bournemouth actually, just because he was big, and we never seemed to have defenders that could deal with that. But
quite a small team, yeah.
Yeah, always have. But yeah, I think he's done well because it's like he's in the championship for the first time at what, age 35, 34? And even so,
he's been 38, I think.
Oh yeah, I think he's a bit older. And even so, like he's managed to market himself that he's been a League One, League Two player most of his career, and he's probably made a lot more money than some of the others just because he's marketed himself so well, and he is this like kind of like classic player that internet helped, like the whole like beast mode stuff.
Yeah,
But yeah, he smashed
His
it.
merch and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's definite, like, English football cult hero, I'd say he is.
Yeah, like general. Yeah, he's played for quite a few teams over the years.
Oh, he's a proper,
It's pretty much every other year he moves on somewhere else.
yeah, he's a proper journeyman.
But he scored a fair few goals.
Yeah.
Fair
Oh,
few
he
goals.
knew where the net was. Like, you look at some of his records, like Northampton twice, he's done very well. Like, almost 1 and 2, like not far off. Then it's like he's helped, like Wimbledon. He was like
Lost you a bit there.
last few years he was there, and he was really pushing with. I think he helped them get promoted from League Two, and then Wickham as well got them from League One to the Championship.
Yeah, they're not really a championship team.
No, and as they're seeing at the moment.
So yeah.
Yeah, he scored a penalty for Wimbledon in the playoff final, and was released from his contract on that day.
That must be so satisfying though. Kind
yeah.
of going through all those divisions, like looking at like League One, League Two, League One, League Two, League One, and then finally getting to the Championship when you're 38.
Yeah, that must be like. Did you look at some of the teams like Barry Town, Welsh Premier League, Boston United, Rushden and Diamonds,
Oh, that's a
Big Who, Rushden and
big
Diamonds,
hit,
aren't
yeah.
they? And then he's finally got like Torquay, Swansea, Millwall, Northampton, Gillingham, Wimbledon, and Wickham, and he's got to the Championship finally. So yeah, fair play.
Yeah, on side note, Rushden Diamonds doesn't exist anymore, does it?
Does it not?
Well, no, they got dissolved in 2011.
Did
And
not
there's
know
like
that.
a Phoenix club, AFC Rushden Diamonds.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't know that. Because they used to be a league team. Like, I remember.
Yeah, I remember seeing it in results, like playing Bournemouth and stuff.
Yeah. So this sums up Akinfenwa as well. He's been ranked as the strongest footballer in the world in various editions of FIFA. I remember him and Big Steve Fletcher used to be like the top two. And he was even invited to attend the launch party for FIFA 15 alongside celebrities and Premier League players, including Rio Ferdinand and Lethal Bizzle. That's what I mean. 2015, he was playing for Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Like, he smashed it. Right, who's your next one?
Got Diego Forlan.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Big fan. He had a mixed time at Man United, probably his worst part of his career.
Yeah.
But everywhere else, he just smashed it. And I think my fondest memory of him is 2010 World Cup. He was just hitting them in from everywhere. And it was just beautiful to watch.
Yeah, he had a scream in him, didn't he? And he probably did
I
3 that World Cup.
Yeah, I think that World Cup, like, he really sort of left his mark on a lot of people. I think because he didn't do that well at Man U, not seen as like a hugely successful player, but
yeah,
if you dig down, he's actually had a great career.
Yeah, he's had and I feel like he's probably a cult hero. Like Atletico Madrid, I know, love him.
Yeah,
he was kind of on that conveyor belt of Atletico Madrid strikers that are really good. Like over the years, I think they replaced him with Torres, and then they replaced Torres with Aguero, and it was just like, and then I think there's all sorts that have come. But yeah, you look at like Man U, Villarreal, Atletico Madrid, Inter Milan. Like Atletico Madrid have always had that one quality striker, Falcao, the first time he was there.
Yeah, playing from 98 all the way to 2018, spanned 20 years.
Yeah, it's good going. And he won the Golden Ball as tournament's best player, 2010 World Cup. That's kind of, and including the goal of the tournament. So that kind of shows, really.
Yeah, he only retired in August 2019. I mean, he was playing like Indian League and Hong Kong Premier League, but
getting a bit of money in, fair enough.
Yeah, why not?
Right, who next? I'm gonna go for a big one. I'm gonna go Eric Cantona.
Oh yeah.
So another probably the most successful on my list, I'd say.
Yeah, definitely.
Who I think he's another one. He's almost like he took the Premier League by storm. A bit like Di Canio, he definitely had his controversies. Kung Fu kicking a fan, probably up there. He was just cool. But he was a little bit before my time. I could have said our time.
Yeah.
But like I've seen the clips, and it is like all Leeds fans, from what I've seen, they don't really have any bad blood for like that he was sold to Man United. It was only like 1 million, I think, and then he was just this cool player that when he scored, he didn't celebrate. He loved to chip.
Yeah.
I think that was a big thing with him, was he was cool, and he was this player, like it was this number 10 that at the time the Premier League had not really seen anyone like him. Yeah, I think he's one of those that at the time Man U loved him.
Yeah.
Even like Ferguson was like, gave him special treatment, being like,
yeah,
you can train how you want. Just keep
I
doing what
think
you're doing.
he's kind of part of that transition in the 90s where you see more foreign players coming into the Premier League, like Wenger getting his start. Well, it's more late 90s, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. Yeah,
the change in the game, and I think
the change of when Premier League coming international. Yeah, and he was like, he was a big
different shock and style and coolness.
Yeah,
as before it was
4-4-2.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Right, who have you got next?
It's quite a niche one. It's more of a Tottenham one, but I'm going to go for Benoit Asuakoto.
I like that. What's your reasoning?
Also known as Disco Benny.
Disco Benny, yeah. A DJ.
He wasn't that consistent, but sometimes he'd have an absolute blinder of a game. And then just the fact that he openly said he didn't actually enjoy football that much, he just liked it for the money. Like, that's the only reason he kept playing football. I don't know why it's always stuck with me. And he's just a very memorable player from that Tottenham period.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was very, like, yeah, I always, when I think of him, I think of that white and yellow kit.
Yeah.
It does make me a little bit bitter that that he just didn't like football. It's like the amount of people that would want to be in his position.
Yeah.
But also, rate the honesty, fair enough.
I'm not sure where he went after that.
Well, after his time at Tottenham.
Yeah, was he? So he went to QPR on loan and then joined Saint Etienne. Had a few more clubs in France by the looks of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess to me he's just a cult player because it's just someone I remember really well from.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't particularly good, but he just marks that time of Tottenham for me.
Like fond memories of. I guess that was a pretty good era for you. It was like the Harry times, right? Where it was the Redknapp times.
Yeah, it was kind of crossover, like some not really good, it was some shocking players at times, but he was one of the slightly better ones, I'd say. When he actually decided to play.
Yeah, I think that's a solid, because a lot of these as well, especially when it's your team's ones, it's very unexplainable why they are.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's hard to explain, like from an outsider's perspective. It just looks awful, but
yeah. Which we'll get onto that when it comes to the Bournemouth ones, because there's one that just didn't make sense really. I think I'm going to go for another one here. He's a little bit more. I think when it comes to, I think he's probably best known for his time at Hull, but he played for Fulham as well.
I'm
going to go Jimmy Bullard.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's Soccer AM now, Soccer AM presenter. Which I think a bit like Akinfenwa, he's used his personality to get him a job after football, even though he wasn't. He's a Premier League player. He's pretty good, but I remember like there was always just a weird, funny moment that Jimmy Bullard would be doing. I remember there was one. It was a goalmouth scramble. I'll try and put the clip up here. It was a goalmouth scramble, and then he just ran in from the edge of the area and just dived over everyone. And then there was the big Phil Brown.
I was just about to say that's the one I remember.
Yeah, where he made him do the team talk out on the pitch.
I just never seen anything like it.
And then when he scored, and he just did the little. And again, I'll try and put that up here as well.
I miss Phil Brown. I wish he was still involved.
Yeah, right. I
What does he
think
do
he
now?
is. I think he's lower leagues. He was definitely. I know he's not Southend manager anymore, but he definitely was recently.
So he was most recently a manager in India.
Yeah.
But he was sacked after one win in 12 matches.
Well, yeah,
That's so interesting.
Yeah, so Southend up until just like 2 years ago.
Good 5 years.
And then he went to India. Fair enough.
I think I've got one more.
Yeah, same.
I've got JJ Okocha.
Ooh,
did you have him?
I did not. I nearly did. I nearly went for him.
Big Bolton legend, I'd say.
Big Bolton legend, man, so good they named him twice.
I love that phrase.
Yeah, I know. So there's not many good examples of it though, like JJ Okocha, Couscous, Eric Jemba doesn't really work for him.
That's what I'd say. No, I can't think of anything.
No. Anyway, he was a skillful player, and it was just that Bolton team. There's probably quite a few. It's just like
I think that team itself is a cult thing, isn't it?
Definitely.
Kind of Kevin Davies and
Ivan Campo.
Oh yeah,
the OG David Luiz hair. Except he was reliable. Yeah, no, I definitely with JJ Okocha. I think it's that something a bit different, isn't it? That I think fans like. It's someone that goes against the norm,
and not your typical Bolton player.
Yeah, he's
generalisation.
Played for Bolton. Yeah, he played for Bolton, but he did a rainbow flick in a Premier League game. Anyone like that is, high in my estimations. Was that Big Sam as well? I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Big Sam Bolton.
Big Sam, yeah. But that seems like such a long time ago now.
It does. Well, it probably was not far off 20 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, it was like, 15 years ago?
That's disgusting.
Oh, that is awful. You could have paused it right then at the moment. Me and Simon just had an existential crisis. Right, I'll do one more. I've got a couple honourable mentions that I won't get into, but Dirk Kuyt was one. I feel Liverpool fans will definitely.
Yeah, definitely is Liverpool fans.
Yeah, Emil Heskey, big one for the internet, and Liverpool fans again. Because the thing with Emil Heskey is he scored over 100 Prem goals. I don't know if
he gets a lot of stick, but when you look at it, actually,
he was a good goal scorer. Yeah. He just, at the end, was a bit clumpy. Peter Crouch again.
Yeah, I've tempted to say Crouch.
Internet-wise, a lot of banter. Always had a lot of banter. That's something a bit different, which made fans like him because he was this tall, gangly man who had really good touch and could volley a ball better than most players in the Premier League.
Definition of good feet for a big man.
Definition, yeah. And then I was Carnu. Again, I think he's a good goal scorer, so I kind of...
Yeah, Benjani as well on the Portsmouth.
Benjani probably even more so, I'd say.
Yeah.
Carney was kind of because he played for a bit like everyone. Like West Brom loved him when he was there. Portsmouth loved him when he was there. I think Arsenal he did really well with Arsenal. That was like their peak era pretty much. But I'm gonna go Vinnie Jones. I say it's something a bit different with a cult hero, but at the time, I think that Wimbledon Crazy Gang was kind of just a heightened version of the norm of football then.
Yeah.
He just absolutely battered you. I remember it's weird seeing that he's an actor now, but he's been in big things as well. Snatch, but he's definitely got cult status. So when you think of that Wimbledon team, I feel like even though the team was full of wrong-uns pretty much, so they just kick people off the pitch, but there's a lot of people that would be like, it's a throwback to a bygone era, just thinking Vinnie Jones.
You probably never see that again, will you?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably all the ones we've got. So how about for Tottenham? You've mentioned a few, but do you have any others that are a Tottenham only sort of cult
Yeah, I
hero.
can probably list a few. I think Pavlyuchenko is a good one.
Yeah, that would have been one
Not
of my
particularly
ones I
good,
thought.
super Pav.
Yeah,
Not particularly good, but scored the occasional banger and was never heard of again.
yeah, pretty much.
I want to say Gomez, but I've got more bad memories of Gomez than I do good memories. So I'm going to say
Oh,
it's a no from me.
yeah, he was a lovely bloke, but yeah, he did flap at the occasional cross, didn't he? Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He'd probably, I'd say, Watford probably have him as more of a cult hero, or like genuine fondness for him because he
yeah,
was very good for them. But
he
yeah,
was. Anyone else? Had some shocking strikers, but I wouldn't really call them cult heroes. They're just
yeah,
shocking strikers. Maybe a stretch, maybe David Bentley, just because of that goal he scored against Arsenal.
yeah,
Or
yeah,
maybe Aaron Lennon as well.
yeah. I think he was there quite a long time as well.
Yeah,
I feel that's the thing. Like almost like Danny Rose has probably missed his chance of being that.
yeah, definitely. I think because of what happened, like in the past seasons, and
Yeah,
kind of how he sort of wanted to leave and hasn't left, it's just sort of
yeah,
tarnished it a bit. It'd be interesting to see what happens with Bale,
yeah. True.
like
Like,
how the fans will view him in the next few years,
yeah,
because he's come home and that's been great from like a nostalgia point, but obviously on the pitch
performance
hasn't been
wise,
so
yeah,
great.
yeah. But then he's 32, right? It's like,
Yeah,
how
but
much can you
yeah,
expect? Everyone expected a lot more than this, definitely.
yeah. But then do you blame that on Jose rather than
Yeah,
him? You don't know.
yeah. Hopefully. So one I thought you might say was I don't know why I've heard from Tottenham fans he's a bit of a cult. Like everyone loved him was Rafa van der Vaart.
Oh yeah, that's like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's the reaction of a cult hero.
yeah.
That's
Oh, I
what you
can't believe
need.
I forgot him. Yeah,
Um,
I think yeah, just 8 million. Just also, I think it's kind of like another internet thing, but he's always like posting like toys and just like general
yeah,
support the club, and you know that he still wants us to win, even though he's long gone. Well, he's not dead, but he's
yeah,
he's not posted from the grave.
yeah, yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
like, yeah. When players have moved on and it's like 10 years down the line, they're still like supporting
yeah.
like vocally as well, like social
I,
media.
th- I think a future one for that might be Vertonghen as well,
Yeah,
because he's been there a long time. He loves the club,
yeah.
so
He's a big one that like he was super young as well, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That was if you're gonna have a celebration,
Stop it.
that's a good one. so so yeah, for Bournemouth, it's going to be a lot nicher. I'll warn you there because
Wait,
yeah,
you support Bournemouth?
yeah. So I'm going to start with Tequila Ranty. So if you this was like for us, it was this mental like we'd spent 2.5 million on
It was
someone.
a big signing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like we just got promoted to the Championship. We spent 2.5 million on someone, and it was just like what? We don't have that money. We're poor. um, Lots of excitement. We got him from Malmo. And he scored a banger against Burnley in our first season and didn't do much, unfortunately. It got to points where it was like if Ranty scores were on the
What's his
pitch, was the
goal
chant.
record?
Oh, it's not going to be great. It's not going to be pretty. But he was lovely, and like you could see,
Yeah,
um,
he was trying.
yeah, like I remember when we won 8-0 against Birmingham, they let him have the penalty. Mark Pugh, who was on a hat trick, gave him the penalty and was like, "You need a goal," and he scored. And when he did, everyone was like, "Oh," like the whole team like hugging him. So yeah, so 44 games for Bournemouth, 5 goals.
Yeah, just look at it now. I love how the first season it's 29 appearances, then second season 12, and last season 1.
Yeah,
And then he retired after that.
no, they just Wikipedia didn't fancy putting his things down. Yeah, he
Oh,
played. He went to is that
oh, see,
Turkey?
it says as of 2015, isn't it? Hasn't been
Yeah,
updated for ages. You need to get on that.
yeah, right. Respects the name. Another one, some you might know this name, Jermaine Defoe.
Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah. So a little bit before my time, but his first loan.
Yeah, he's probably could be a cult one for Spurs as well.
Yeah. He's quite a good one. Probably for both, yeah, who both have got fond memories. A little bit gutted that like him coming back. Like he just didn't get played enough. And I've got like I'm not even mad that he went to Rangers, like fair enough.
Yeah, he got a few goals though.
Yeah, and he got some important goals as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. That was nice. Another one, slightly more obscure, Shrangelao, who goalkeeper. Definitely. So I nearly put Artur Boruc. I feel like there's goalkeepers. They can very easily have like a great like bond, especially with the fans behind them.
Yeah.
And Shrangelao, I've never been to a game where the entire stand has sung the song for the goalkeeper for 60 minutes, just throughout half time. Literally, I think he made a save in like the 5th minute, and we just carried on. He'd been carrying the team, in all fairness, for weeks, but yeah, we all just carried on singing up until probably 5th minute, until throughout half time. It carried on. It was mental. We scored twice in that. And we just cheered and carried on singing for Shrangelao. It was, so that kind of sums it up. And then the final one, I think Bournemouth's Eric Cantona was Jan Kermigan. What a player. What a player. And Jan as well. He was this like, obviously number 10s were a thing by now. It was like 2014. He came to us. Massively instrumental in us getting to the Premier League, but he was that touch of class.
Yeah, that you hadn't really had before.
Yeah, like I think if he hadn't, I want to like compare like Bobby Firmino. All the little flicks and things that he does is probably. If he hasn't, obviously he's won the Premier League and Champions League with Liverpool. He's probably not, and he's been quite vital. But he's probably not really cult status. He's going to be part of like that team. Whereas Jan Kermigan is like, Charlton fans loved him.
Yeah, I was going to say he's well loved by most people.
When he went to Reading, they loved him. The only ones who didn't love him was Leicester, because he Panenka and missed a victory in a playoff final. So fair. But yeah, what a man. Right, I think we're done. Shall we? Quick FPL corner.
Yeah.
Right, lovely. So on to the FPL corner. How have you done this week?
I've done all right. Got myself some good defence. Got Pope, me, Stones, Cancelo. So
solid, clean sheets all round.
Captain's Jesus, which in retrospect looks like a mistake, but he's got Everton to play still. So
one more game on. We'll see. I think it's Tuesday, so hopeful.
Yeah, I didn't realise it was going to be double game week this week, so I kind of like, I better change my team. So I think I've done all right.
Strong.
Yeah, got a fair few to go.
Yeah, same. I think.
And 45 points so far, so hope to get like 60 plus.
Strong. I think that's a solid average. The average has seemed quite high this year.
They do, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say I've done similar, like solid defence. Didn't change my team in time, annoyingly, so got things like Maddison's on my bench where he probably wouldn't have been. James Justin's injured, so he won't play. Antonio might not play against Sheffield United, and that could bring in Maddison, and Bamford only got 2. But
yeah, I had Bamford.
Yeah, but I brought in Gundogan a couple of weeks ago, and that's paid off very nicely.
Yeah, what a season he's having.
He's flying, isn't he? Yeah, it's weird. Like he's always been like a solid performer for Man City, but now he's
banging them in.
Yeah, he's their top goal scorer. But I've captained Mount. Didn't plan to, but
he's captain.
He's captain. Yeah, I was going to change it. Hindsight, I would have put it Bruno Fernandes against West Brom, who he did get a goal. So
I wish I'd done that now.
Yeah, but I don't think I would have gone Gundogan even with the double game week. I think I would have gone Bruno Fernandes, thinking, it's West Brom.
Yeah.
But so if you would recommend one player, next week, who'd you go for?
I'm gonna say Harvey Barnes.
Harvey Barnes. I like that. He was looking good, and he's kind of like Vardy's back. I feel like there's going to be assists.
Yeah.
At Vardy, Maddison, Barnes, Vardy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd go down the same route. I'm going to go James Maddison. I brought him in. He's on my bench. I'm hoping he comes on, but he's looking good recently. Got another goal. Like I said, Barnes playing well. Vardy's back. I think Leicester have got an all right run next. They've got okay.
Who have they got?
They've got Villa away, which could be a struggle. Arsenal at home. That'd be all right.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Brighton away, and then Sheffield United away, and then Man City. So they've got a little run where, like, other than Villa, who are very good defensively, but it's definitely I'm going to go Maddison. So
good choice.
On to team of the week to finish it off.
So West Brom Man U game. I think Man U are strong contender there because I think the whole country thought,
"Oh,
it's
do a
West
theme
Brom."
tune.
Oh yeah, I do. I think I got to do it first, haven't I? I don't know why. In my head, I was like, "We're discussing. I'm gonna do it."
Yeah, that threw me. And I was waiting for it. I let
you
it
were looking at
go.
me like
That threw me completely.
Team of the week.
Who should we nominate?
So talking about West Brom Man U, I think that's a solid choice because I think half the country was thinking, "Oh, it's just West Brom." That is 3 points in the bag, and it wasn't.
Harry Maguire afterwards said, "Oh, it's a tough place to come."
It's really not.
The only time they've won this season is against Sheffield United at home. It's not.
It's really not.
Yeah. Definite contender. Hot off the press though, Fulham are 2-0 up against Everton.
Oh wow.
So you know what, Everton could well be in for.
Blimey.
That's.
That
I mean, they could put it back, but Josh Mayer, the guy from the Sunderland documentary, MAJA, 48 and 65th. Yeah. Oh,
is Josh King on?
Everton have been battered as well. They've had one shot on target.
Oh yeah, 12 shots.
Everton are definitely a latecomer for that. Like we're recording, it's still going. But I've got one that you're not going to like.
Am I not?
So it came to light this week that Tottenham are selling key rings that say Carabao Cup finalists 2021.
Surely not.
And I don't want to exaggerate, but that is the worst thing a human has ever done.
I thought you were going to say those dull things like the thumb faces.
That's see, they're weird. That threw me, but
okay, I've seen it. Oh my god, there's cups and t-shirts. Why are we like this?
It's awful, isn't it?
It's shocking. Like, who's buying that?
Who's spending £1.50 on a Spurs Carabao Cup final pen?
The headline.
I'll tell you what though, if Tottenham don't win that Carabao Cup, expect a magnet through your door.
You never know. It might be one of those weird things where, in 50 years' time, that's actually a very valuable piece of merchandise.
The last time Tottenham won something, 50 years' time?
No, or didn't win something.
True. It's just not going to be this. And the fact it's pens, key rings, and magnets makes it extra tin pot.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't know how else you would, but like a scarf. Surely a scarf is like.
Yeah, like a scarf maybe in the week leading up to it, not like 2 months before.
But yeah, I'm sorry. That's my nomination. And I think you agree.
I agree. I was not aware of that. Even like.
Yeah. I'd save that. I thought I'd let you do your nominations first, and then I'll hit you with that.
Drop the bomb.
Yeah. I mean, Bournemouth have been Tin Pot Team of the Week a couple of times. It's Tottenham's turn. it's awful. So yeah, that is Tottenham are this week's Tin Pot Team of the Week.
Tin Pot Team of the Week.
Oh, appreciate that. Right, I think we're done on that.
Yeah.
On that
sad note.
Yeah. Right, so thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff.
Let us know about the Bournemouth Southampton derby issue. Settle that.
Is Bournemouth and Southampton a derby or rivalry? What would you define a rivalry as? That's what I'd like to know.
And let us know if you've got any more cult heroes.
Yeah, any other cult heroes that we've missed.
Who's your Shrangelo?
Who is your Shrangelo? Oh, what a man. On that thought, follow us Twitter, WinLoseDrawPod, Instagram, WinLoseDrawPod. Email us at
win.lose.drawyt@gmail.com.
There we go. Love that. Yeah. Tell your friends. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.
Bonsoir.